Hello and welcome to June's SimulMaster show with me. Looking forward to play a couple of games here on the ICC. What is the current situation? We've got 13 players. Okay, so I hope that we'll get to a number soon that enables us to start. We usually start if we have got like 15 and then we have late joiners. So if you are a member of the ICC and still want to play me, it's still possible. A couple of slots open. Let's get going. I've got the white pieces in all of the games and we'll be starting any second. Let's see what happens. I try to remember what I did last month. Did I actually lose a game? I think I didn't. Okay, playing Trivial Pursuit. Yeah, I'm going through all the moves like c4, d4, e4, knight f3. Oops, c4, d4, e4, knight f3. c4, d4, e4, knight f3, c4, d4, and here we are again. c4, d4. So if we have a late starter, I'm going e4. Yeah, so KM, I'm going knight f3 and Dr. Bishop. There's a French defense. And yeah, I just d4, I guess. And Ramnusia is playing c5. c4 is my normal move. So let's do it. I'm just playing my mainline theory. Knight c6 against d4. Yeah, so I think d5 must be right. Indiana Fats, a strong opponent, played knight f6. Yeah, so c4. And t knight here with e6. I go g3 here or knight c3. Both are the main continuations. I think g3. And here Brian would d4, e6. Yeah, maybe he's aiming for a Dutch defense. Well, I started with d4. I can go e4, but I want to have a somewhat even distribution of openings. So I'm just playing normally and stay within d4 territory. Ruster is going for c5, so we have a Sicilian, and here yeah, bishop c4 or bishop b5. I go bishop b5. Ramnusia knight c6, going to develop my knight, and Niken Vidierto played d5. Okay, c4, and took with rook played knight f3. Knight c6 to e5. Yep. Yeah, these are all white games. This is the normal way a simul is working. We also sometimes do all black, but I don't really have a nice layout with the black. Yeah, with the numbers correctly here and the board layout. So we stick to white for the moment. Yeah, here Ruster, I'm going for an open Sicilian. KM, I go bishop a4. So that's a question by without contrast. Interesting question. He asks about early e3 setups within c4, e5. So like c4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, e3, if I have an opinion on that. Yeah, I do have an opinion. I think this is interesting because it is not studied at all by the black players. It's probably, yeah, no advantage, but this is not the point. It's probably going to pose some problems that black players don't know or don't know how to solve to make a full sentence out of this. Yeah, here we have a Rui. I just castle, and Mr. Neil went d5. I think I go d4 or g3. Yeah, let's go g3. Ramnusia g6. Here I play e3 for a quick d4, and a6 by Indiana Fats in that Banco gambit. So take or something else. I can also do this. Let's play e3. Nikin Vidiato for Slav. I go knight f3. Brian Wood went knight f6. And I play knight c3. So e6 by took with the rook. Yeah, I think if I play f4 here, isn't this freaky line where e takes d5 is possible? Like f4, e takes d5. I have this vague memory. Okay, Mr. X. Yeah, I cannot pronounce that. I play knight f3. So I think f4 he can take on d5, fe5, queen h4. I think that looks really wacky, but I think it is possible. Yeah, I'll just develop. Come on. Bishop b7 by km, so I go d3. And all normal moves. Duke bishop, knight f6. So go c4 and oops, no. That's interesting. Dr. Bishop has taken on e4 after playing knight c6. This is a bit strange. Usually if you play knight c6 early on, you want to play knight f6 and force white to close the center. Ruster going for the dragon. Knight c6 by Mr. Neil. This is interesting. He wants to play e5. And I want to stop it. So d4. Hayan with c6. White now mostly plays d4 or knight f3. My move is knight f3 in this position. Ramnusia bishop g7. I go d4. And Brian Wood bishop e7. So we probably get a queen's gambit. We have a queen's gambit, but I wanted to say queen's gambit with bishop f4. That is what I normally play. I just wonder if I can do something else. It's a little bit lame to play the same thing. Maybe bishop g5 for a change. So d6 here by km. I have to be a bit cautious here. He wants to go, it seems, b5 and knight a5. So I play c3, f3, and Hayan went e4, after which knight d4 is the only move, so I play it quickly. Queen to d5 by Dr. Bishop. So he attacks my knight. Yeah, I think I just go back. Or I mean, bishop d3. Bishop d3. There's maybe knight b4. It's very slow, but okay, that makes sense. d6 by Ramnusia. So let's push this. Knight c3, that's all very normal. Queen to d2. And f6 by Mr. Neil. That's extremely ambitious. He wants to play e5, but after c4 it should be ill-timed. So Duke bishop b6, so we have a Queen's Indian type of position here. I have to recapture. And yeah, probably just rook e1. d5 by Hayan. I think I go d3 in this position, if I'm not wrong. Yep, d3. Knight e5. Yep, I'll take. Bishop d7 by Raster. So that's surprising, because now I can castle long without having to worry about d5. So I'm castling long. Mr. X here with g6. There's the question. Any thoughts on Norway chess? No, not that much, to be honest. I'm going e3 here. I haven't followed that tournament super closely, I have to say. I saw that Aronian has had a good result and that Carlsen didn't do all that well, but I really don't know what to say. I think Magnus is in some kind of slump for a while. It really doesn't feel like that is the best that he can play, but it's not quite clear what the reason is. G6 here, just develop, and A6 by raster. Yeah, do I play bishop H6 here immediately? It looks kind of, it seems good. Yeah, let's do it. E5 by Mr. Neal, but now I'm getting lots of development, huh? Or D takes E5, what does he do? D4 for some kind of Albans. Maybe I take D5. C6 here by Mr. X. Huh, interesting. Yeah, okay, I just develop. Bishop C5 by Hayan. Okay, I have knight B3, so that looks good. And this one, Trivial Pursuit. I thought D4 is good in this position. And took with the rook, has taken on D5. Not too bad. Okay, so here bishop G7, I go A4, rook E8 by raster. So he wants to play bishop H8, but I'm really quick here. Yeah, there's a question in chat why people play the bishop E7 Queen's Gambit declined. There are some points to that. It has very quick development. It's very classical, and it is arguably the most solid choice, really. I completely understand why people play it. I've played it myself a little bit. Yeah, what you say is that some other options maybe can lead to black being better if white doesn't know what to do. Then the thing is that doesn't happen on the top level. People know what to do. So Hayan has taken on D2. Here I'm just taking with the queen, I guess, or yeah. And here H5, of course, directly attacking. Neshmedinov played E5. I go G3. And here, yeah, you just play, here you play rook A3 actually, is what they all often do. You can also, I think, just develop with knight F3. Let's do it. Bishop H6 by Mr. X. Yeah, that's a more ambitious move. I think white plays something like that. G6 by Duke Bishop. Wow, really? Huh. It's interesting. I still can do this. Okay, knight c3, there's bishop b4, but it's still good. Yeah, here I just take, that should be a good position. And knight c6 by raster, okay. So I can take on g6 now, knight d4. Yeah, I can take here and then think about it. Okay, knight g4. So what do I do here? e4 is normal. Let's do it. h5 by Dr. Bishop. Well, that is very, very aggressive. Even though he did not really develop all that much. c4, bishop b4. Yeah, I don't know. c4 is a bit lame. If he goes h4, knight e2, I'm a little bit. My coordination lacks a little bit. Yeah, okay. Let's just do this. Okay, b5. I think I'll go there immediately. f6 here by Mr. X. Tja, how do you play that? I think there are some ideas with c4. Let's take, yeah, but here queen a4, isn't queen a4 good? Thought queen a4 is good here, or no, d5 actually, right? d5 is good. Okay, so Duke bishop has taken on d4, so I can take with the queen or with the knight. Taking with the knight is a bit more interesting after he has played that early g6. I wonder if this is actually good. Queen takes is also looking good, to be honest. Yeah, take with the queen. Okay, Brian Wood went h6 here against in this Queen's Gambit declined. Yeah, you can. I have a couple of options. Even h4 is a move. Yeah, it's a bit wacky. Not in a simul. Okay, so here go h3 and bishop g5 for development. So Raster taken with the g pawn. So bishop c4 is the most obvious move. And I don't quite see a reply. Bishop c5. Bishop c5. Yeah, maybe just bishop d3. Okay, so he has traded Haiyan. So if I take with the knight, it's really slow. I'd like to. I'd take here. There's a question about the bishop f4 e3 h3 setup in the King's Indian. Yeah, that's not bad. Absolutely not. So here I just take d6. Bishop b4 by Mr. Neil. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what I should do here. Bishop d2. I would like to unpin, that is clear. Maybe also just a3. Yeah, maybe just a3. Okay, Haiyan has castled, so I have an idea, and I don't know if it's good, but I want to put the king onto e3. Okay, bishop b7. So rook a3, I think, is the move. Let's do it. Yeah, here I'm taking, and castles here by Mr. X. So knight c7, he says e5 is the move. That's probably true. So c4, that was the plan anyway. And here I can just take on d6, I think. So bishop d7 by Ramnuzia. Yeah, I think I just develop. Bishop g7. Yeah, so bishop a3, isn't that a problem? Knight e4, I take g7. Yeah, bishop a3, I mean, must be good for white, isn't it? Not. Okay, this is interesting, yeah, queen to e7. I was thinking I just play king d1 and threaten rook e1. Let's do it. Queen to e7. So, what to do? That's a really, really nice position. But how to win it exactly? Take rook d6 or something, and there are a couple of things that are good. My knight on c3 isn't all that great. Maybe knight a4. Yep, okay, yeah, take with the queen. And bishop to e6. So, rook c1, I guess. e6 by Indiana Fats. So, I think I've looked at this line, and I think white should take knight a6. Yeah, I just go back to c3, put more pressure on this. Knight f1 and knight d5 by Brian Wood. Yeah, so here white has more than one good option. I can also allow him to just take on f4. This is a well-known motif, but just retreating it is not bad. So here, I think bishop e2 is good. Just normal move. Knight d7. So yeah, I wanted to go to e3. I just wonder if this is a good idea. Knight to g4 could be annoying. Maybe I have to do this first. And take this bishop. So here I go b3 for the Reti. And knight takes d4 by Mr. Neal. This is quite shocking. Can I not just take the bishop? Am I overlooking a trick? I don't see it, no. Okay, knight g3. And Duke bishop just castled. Okay. So he says that I cannot take there. Probably I can take on d6. But yeah, how is he handling this anyway if I just if I just drop the queen back? Like to d3 or so. d6 is still hanging. Okay, what to do here? I'm always ready to take on e6, so I can go to e3. Nashmedinov played f5. d4 is good against that. And here I go back to e4. d5 by Indiana Fats. I will castle and a4. Yeah, I have to really dash out moves, yeah, to not get into more time problems. Okay, I think I'll check on e1. That cannot be bad. And knight bd7 and e3. And knight b6 by Hayan. That's interesting, really. That is interesting. b3. Knight d5 isn't an option or dangerous. Don't see it. So play b3. Take this. And e6 by Mr. X. If I take and play queen b3, there's rook e8, I guess. So what do I do? Just bishop e2 maybe. Just develop. So here queen b5 is good. Knight f6 by Dr. Bishop. Yeah, I can take. It's not super convincing, yeah, all this. A little bit strange. I mean, black played a somewhat weird opening. This h4, h4, h5, h4, but it isn't all that terrible, really, the result. Surprisingly enough. Okay, knight c3. And here c3 maybe. Bishop to d6 by Brian Wood. Yeah, I think I'll take and go e4. Develop. And yeah, if I go d4, he might take, play knight b4. I'm not sure about that. a3 and then d4. Black might play d5, yeah? Or do I go a4 myself here? Don't have that much experience here from the white side. Ah, come on, let's just develop them. Castles, and here I recapture, and Indiana Fats has taken. Yeah, a takes is usually the problem for black. And c5 by Haiyan. Wow, that move I didn't consider even. My king is a little bit strange on e3. I'm totally aware. But still. Yeah, so here I take with a king or take with a knight. Yeah, taking with a knight probably. And e4. Gain more space. Yeah, bishop d3 or rook d1. Yeah, I always have a soft spot for rook d1 there. King moved. Okay, so I'll take b7. Pawn takes. And yeah, this is a fantastic position here against Raster. So knight c5. And bishop c6 by Haiyan. Is there a tactic? Knight d5? No. So I can go rook d1. Mr. Neil seems to be playing for bishop c6. I'm just going to take that away from him. So the queen goes to c8. Yeah, I don't think I want to trade queens in this position. That would be a really strange thing to do. I have the bishop here, but his king looks weird. King position looks weird. So how do I handle this position? I think I can basically just trade. But this is also a good move for king f4. h3 by Dr. Bishop. What a weird game. Yeah, you might have e5 even against that. Okay, so yeah, here Brian Wood, he's ready for, yeah, not for much actually. I wanted to say ready for c5, but then I have d5, so I can fully organize. So here knight bd7 by Indiana Fats, queen c2, preparing e4. So here d4 seems to be the idea of the black player. Bishop c5 doesn't do much. I just go a4. Retreat, and Neshmedinov has played queen to e7, after which knight c3 should be good. And this is really not looking good for black. If I take here, then e6 will fall. g5, wow. Haiyan really wants to prevent king f4. Okay, let's develop. Yeah, de5 is not good, and he's out for bishop g4. This is really annoying, this bishop g4 thing. What do I do here? Yeah, if I take, here. That really sucks. Okay. F5. Wow. But that is really, really loose on the light squares, huh? E4 maybe? I go E4. So here Mr. Neil going for C6. Yeah, I just develop stuff. Bishop G7 here, yeah, intermediate move. And here Rook D1 was the plan, of course. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah, here bishop takes E6 or rook takes E6. Okay, Mr. X has played E5. He wants to push his center real badly. Okay, I'm going to just drop back. B5 by Brian Wood, going back to to where? Both make sense. Okay, and here I'm going to recapture, and here knight f6 by Trivial Pursuit. So my intention was bishop h3, just putting pressure there. No, it looks correct. Yes, here I am, Dr. Bishop, making lots of pressure. Yeah, I wanted to go here, just trade stuff. I only now see that maybe queen to e4 is actually possible. Really funny sometimes that people play completely weird opening and then play perfectly. It really happens quite a bit. Okay, so what now? This is not so bad for black. Yeah, King D8 is an interesting move, and especially considering that F2 is hanging somehow. Yeah. So bishop G5. I would like to threaten that. It's not so easy to do actually. Like Queen G3. That's bishop F2. Yeah, just develop. Okay, now here I think I have good chances to win the e4 pawn. Bishop b4 by Nashmedinov. So yeah, I don't know. Does he threaten to take this? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay. So e5 and the bishop b7 by KM18883. So how to play? Yeah, c5 is not such a clearly good spot. Knight d7 is always possible. I wonder if b4 is a move, or I mean then d4 takes bishop d2. I'm really not sure. Yeah, maybe just take bishop b3 or so. That shouldn't be bad. Okay, so here, yeah, I don't know. Do I want to trade even more? Or f4, f5? I think f4, f5. So take this. h5 by Trivial Pursuit. Yeah, bishop g5 is the gut reaction to this move. And this is what you normally do, yeah, in a simul. Go for the simple continuations that can be played reasonably quickly. Okay, Queen e7 by Indiana Fats. I go bishop d2 here. And this game, yeah, just knight takes, I guess. queen a5 by Niken Vidiarto. C5 comes into consideration here after this queen a5 move. Here I'm going to take, and yeah, of course. And now he plays like an absolute genius. Now the opening is complete rubbish, and then all of a sudden it's perfect chess. It's really cool. Okay, so what to do? Cannot play queen d3. Anti-threatening knight e5 and rook d8. Yeah, that pinning situation is extremely annoying. Tja. It looks pretty awful. I saw queen e4, so just too late. Yeah, I have no move. I think this is just lost here. I don't see a playable move. E6 maybe, or something like that. Something really crazy. E6. Yeah, I played e6. I don't know if it works, but okay, h5 by Hayan. So yeah, if I take it, yeah, probably take h5. Yeah, bishop c7 by Niken Vidiarto. So here it should be difficult for him to play e5, I thought. He's got b6 also. Maybe knight d2 and threaten to win the queen is good, actually. Yeah, here goes c4, get rid of the knight. So now I can actually win the e4 pawn, and I will definitely do that. Probably this. Yeah, I don't know. Taking is a bit lame. Just develop. Knight e5 by Neshmedinov. I go b3. And here Niken Vidiarto has returned. To b8. So f4 is actually interesting in this position. Let's do it. So here, taking on d5 doesn't really do much. Bishop b3. There is knight a5. I only saw that now. I don't know. don't quite know. So here, king to f7, how to play. He cannot take this. Yeah, castles is the most normal move. Let's do it. Rook d8. Yes. So can take. Okay, a6. Yeah, okay, now I'm going to. It's not even a threat actually. I can play rook here. e4. Yeah, just knight d2 looks normal. Let's do it. Okay, so I've won this pawn. h3 is hanging though, but I can take b7 simply, yeah, and it's a good move. So I'm taking with the queen here, and here I thought knight e4 is good. Double attacking g5 and c5. Knight g8 by Ramnusia. Sorry, knight g8. Yeah, so okay, f5. And what then? Queen g, queen. I'm a little bit stunned by this move. Queen d8, is that the idea? Or? Wondering about g4. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, g4 also played here, but now I can take c5. And Brian Wood went queen to b4. Trying to trade. I don't like to trade here all that much, but I can play rook c1 and just have the better ending. Yeah, let's do it. So king takes in this funky game. And now, yeah, I can still not do anything. Queen b3 check, king g7. Yeah, d takes e5. I know that was probably really terrible. Yeah, I don't have a move here really. I can check, but then he just plays king g7 or some rubbish and it's a win. Okay, so this and knight f4. Take with the rook here. And here we got some trades. Yeah, e5 by Indiana Fats. Here usually e4 is the problem. That was the thing that always irritated me when I was analyzing this for black. So move first, think later. f5. Yeah, here I go g5. Not much of a thought needed. f5 by Mr. X, so I can take now with the knight, right? And then d4 is hanging. Haha. Remarkable. Okay, I take with the pawn. Knight h7. Yeah, here I take e7 and f5. That should be fantastic for white. c6 by Neshmedinov, and I go knight h3. b4. So, what to do? Got this fairly well under control. Yeah, this is maybe good. Put it on the b file. Yeah, here I can take and play f4, and that is terrible, really. Bishop e7 by took with the rook. Yeah, let's just develop. Okay, knight back to g7. I can take h3. I don't know if I want, but yeah, probably just knight d4 is good. Yeah, here f4 is the move. d6 by took with the rook. Centralize the knight, and Dr. Bishop played bishop g7. So not even a move to continue this. No. Yeah, so I lose a game there. I don't think I did this last time. Thanks for playing, Dr. Bishop. Thanks for the lesson. So, what to do? Mr. X trying to get d5 back. Yeah, bishop c4 is a move. It looks most normal. Yep, let's do it. Okay, king f6. Yeah, just push the c pawn, I guess. So here I can check on c4. That's, and then knight to d5. So one thing to do, or yeah, check here, knight d5. Huh? At the end there's e4. Yeah, at the end there's e4. Okay. Yeah, I still have to play it. Check. So this one. a5 by Neshmedinov. What does he want to do? I just play the normal moves. So king h8 by Indiana Fats. Yeah, knight d5. The thing is, he's got this e4 thing at the end, and this looks extremely annoying. Maybe I have rook e1 or so, but it looks tough. Okay, I have to play this anyway. Okay, rook a5 here. Knight to d7. So c6, h6 in this game by took with the rook. Bishop d4. Yeah? Look at the g7 pawn. Go back here. And here Trivial Pursuit, yeah, just taking and then check on h4 should be strong. Yeah, knight to b6, c7, and I'm promoting, I think. Queen c7 by Niken Vidiarto. What is the deal here? Yeah, knight g4 is maybe a move. Yeah, let's prevent that. Bishop f8 by KM. That's not a move I expected. Okay, I trade. And no, I can just really promote, huh? Okay, king e6. I take b4. And rook, knight b6 here by Brian Wood. Go all the way back. So here, knight to d5. Yeah, I can take here. Bishop takes e4, rook f1. Oh, it's still tricky. But I'll take. So this one. Queen h4 is winning material. Queen h4 is not a legal move. What am I doing here? Yeah, that's not good. Planning illegal moves is not good. Okay, I go h4. Recapture. So here, is there... Yeah, like this. b5 by Mr. X. Okay, go a4. And took with the rook, played knight f6, so I'm taking this. Knight h4 is a very, yeah, very non-subtle idea. Come on, I'll do it. So, yeah, knight e6, just trade one. And here g5 by Neshmedinov, taking this, rook d1, yep, take this and this. Yeah, and here I am. What about this d6 pawn? Not to the Duke bishop here. Yeah, if I go rook d1, he might even just play d5. So I have to take d6, I think, but I don't see why I shouldn't. Okay, so here I'm just very slightly better. Check here, yeah. And back. Yeah, I'm just a piece up there in this game. Can we checkmate black? Probably not. I think I just take. And here Neshmedinov has castle short. Yeah, I mean, this is all very, very weak. G5 in particular. Yeah, here I was thinking bishop d6 now is good. Bishop d6, but pawn takes c3, bishop c7, and cannot take with the queen because of d6. So then this should be good. Yeah, here this is kind of funny because the bishop has no square, so I can just go there. Yeah, knight b5 was my idea. Yeah, so here I can just take, I guess. But I mean, he's not going anywhere. So here, just to f1, I guess. Check. Even rook d2. What? Okay, go back. Yeah, I'm a little bit quicker in this position. It looks somewhat symmetrical in a way, or symmetrical is wrong, but structurally it doesn't look that terrible for black, but I think I'm just quicker. h5. Take. Yeah, I'm quite okay with my positions, I think. Yeah, knight a6 here. Interesting. I get e4 now for the queen. Interesting. Get e4. But he can try to win d5. It still looks like a decent move. Here I'm taking, and here h4 by trivial pursuit. So queen h5, I guess, is the move. And here, yeah, I thought f4, h4, because I felt he cannot take on d5 anyway. Maybe that was a wrong judgment. But if I play c4, what exactly is he doing? Bishop d7 maybe. h4, takes. Yeah, it does help. It does help him. I cannot believe he can take it. Okay, so here g5 does hang. But he's got all kinds of stuff. Bishop d4. I just have water. Just water. Okay, so yeah, maybe I can just take. I mean, I don't know. I'll take. So knight to e7. Yeah, this should go to g3. No, it's really just water. Just water. No sparkling vodka. Does that exist? Sparkling vodka. Okay, so here queen takes h4, rook h8, queen g5, takes queen g7. It's not winning. That's pretty bad. That's rubbish. I cannot take on h4. That's really bad. And this was not the plan. Okay, bishop a6. Yeah, bishop takes d4 by Mr. X. So knight takes e4. I can play. What does he do then? Yeah, if I can play this move, I should play it. Okay, go back. Yeah, I've let him escape there in that game. So g4. It's not a mate though. Okay, queen e5. I can check with d6. King moves and not clear what I'm playing next. Yeah, I just go back, I think, for knight f3 or knight c4. So, Ramnuzia played h5. So here we want to go to g3 and be ready for sacrifices. Yeah. And took with the rook. Yeah, he took with the rook. Yeah, he really did. Yeah, knight d5. Some kind of stuff like that was the thing. That might save black. Okay, bishop e5 maybe. Take. Yeah, bishop e5 should work. Queen to d6 by Indiana Fats. So take it. Knight g5 or to take a8, knight g5. I think I should take first. Yeah, here bishop d4 is also possible. I don't have a checkmate here. Yeah, maybe just do bishop d4. Wow. So knight c4. Yep. b5 by Ramnuzia. Yeah, we can take on b5 now, or just b3. I think taking once is good. Yeah, Trivial Pursuit has taken this, which is actually a little bit... I mean, I feared rook g8 a little bit more. Hey, he's got rook b8. That bishop on e5, that will come to e5 is extremely strong. Maybe just look at the pawn. Yeah. Take the rook. And this. If I play bishop e7, am I not trapping this? No, I think I can do it. Okay, going b3 here. Yeah, of course, Nashmedinov with knight g4. Yeah, I was just thinking that I have rook e1 here. I mean, he's attacking with not much. King h7. So here it would be kind of normal to put a rook on the e file. I just wonder if I have something better. Queen to a5 is also not bad. Trying to invade on a7 or a6. Yeah, but trading a queen looks wrong. So he reacted with this. Yeah, knight f5 is not winning. What to do? Knight d7, queen d7 maybe. Yeah, I put this here. Take the rook. And here, yeah, the queen went to d4. So if I take this, and d6 check should be strong. Yeah, let's trade the stuff. d6 check, king has to move, and d7, that should win a piece. Take, and now knight g5. Queen takes, queen h4. Dangerous. b4 by Ramnuzia. So yeah, I can double on the e file. Yeah, I just go for that. Okay, e5, that makes perfect sense, trying to open up for his bishop. Let's cover, and queen to d8. Yeah, I have to make sure that I'm not blundering h4. I should not blunder h4. So this is a good move. Huh? It's a good move. I don't want to trade queens, but it seems I have to do it. No other move really. Queen d5 maybe is a move. Just attack this. And takes, bishop takes. Is there some way to play for this kind of counter attack? Check. Maybe. f6. Okay, here I think I should be able to take on d5. Yeah. So, king up. And knight c8. Yeah, understandably, he wants to trade everything down, but that's not so easily done. Okay, I have to recapture, and here king d7. So if I go c4, rook e1, f. Tja, maybe he can actually. But if I do this, actually, this one, and then rook e1 and rook e8. Yeah, that looks pretty tough. Okay, bishop e5. So here, I was thinking knight b5. Then he takes on d5. Okay. He will always take on d5, almost no matter what. Knight b5, knight takes d5, knight takes c7. Isn't that tactically somewhat awkward? I can check first. So it's probably nothing. Yeah, on the other hand, I mean, I have to play a move. No. That I'm taking. Okay, rook takes. And here I thought d7 would do the trick. It doesn't. Okay. So d7 takes, I mean d7, bishop takes, queen takes b3. It's not a win. That's a bit of a shame. Yeah, I also have b6, but what exactly is the response? I'm playing it. Okay, here I thought bishop takes might be good for small pressure. Maybe. Maybe, but maybe also not. So here, yeah, I was thinking c4. c4, rook d4, rook e1, king c7. He's threatening this capture and bishop f5 check in some cases. Huh. But that doesn't really matter, huh? Doesn't really matter. Queen to d8. So here the sacrifices are looming. I don't know if they work already. Queen e2, rook e8, knight h5, rook e3. Yeah, that is still holding. It's still holding. Queen e2, rook e8, rook e8. queen takes, bishop takes, knight f5 takes on f5, bishop g6, bishop takes c8, bishop c2. It's very lucky that he has bishop c2 there. I don't mind. Let's just continue. So knight g5 blunders the knight. Shouldn't do that. This was my original intention. Let's do it. Okay. So he says queen h4 isn't a big deal. Maybe. I'll do it anyway. And here rook e1 and a5. So d7. And maybe he doesn't even, maybe he doesn't take it then. Yeah, but queen d5, it looks pretty terrible here. Yeah, I have to make a move. That's tough to break down, really. Okay, knight e5 by Neshmedinov. So, yeah, just king e2, I guess. Keep it covered. Yeah, knight e7 is a good move by KM. I really have absolutely nothing here. Nothing at all. Yeah, knight d5, knight takes c7 was my idea, and I was thinking maybe I have some ideas. It's got rook g8. So bishop b7 by Mr. X. Yeah, that's all hard to believe, but he played it. Okay, I have to take f6 here. Yeah, that's really absolutely zilch. Let's go back. So what now? How to win? Yeah, I need to get the pawns rolling. Queen, maybe this one, and b7 or so. It's tough to invest more time. Yeah, knight to b4 or knight to c5 is the thing. Yeah, taking is lame. Yeah. I'd like to go d6 somehow, but there is knight c5. which makes it really not very attractive. Remarkable. Knight a6 somehow continues. Yeah. Okay. Rook takes f4. I didn't see that. I simply didn't see that this pawn was hanging. Wow. Okay, so that was the idea. And Ramnusia is checking me. Not sure where to go here. Here maybe. He might go into the long diagonal. I just spotted this. Okay, so Queen G8 by Indiana Fats. What to do? F4, trying to attack, or just Knight E4. Increase. Just try to improve the position. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, just a tempo move here. And Neshmedinov, of course, is continuing this with d6. So how do I play f4? It's got knight d7 is the idea. Knight d7 to c5 he wants to play. Yeah, that's still annoying. And the bishop move for rook e8, something like that. I mean f4, I can play knight a4. Let's do it. Yes, that's something that I didn't really pay attention to, that he has this invasion idea. Yeah, now b7 is end of game. Knight e3, what is that? It just jumps right in. So I can take this, and then he takes f5, or probably. If I take here on f8, I mean, then he just recaptures, I guess. I can move the rook. This rook is hanging. If I take this, actually, is that something? Then take, yeah, that should be quite good. Knight c8 by KM. That's not a move I had expected. Okay, let's go rook t1 and take on a8. So I have bishop against knight. Not too bad. Okay, and here rook d8. Yeah, taking now is still just equal, I guess. Rook d5. Still nothing really. I shouldn't have played rook d1. Maybe some h4 would be a bit more interesting. Yeah, not much going on really. So here, king here is the normal move. Or how do I do this? This is also making some sense, dominating this knight for rook a5. Okay, queen to d8. So I can now actually invade here. Let's do it. f5, I'm taking knight g4 here by Neshmedinov. Didn't pay enough attention actually. I should have done something about this move. That's really a bit annoying. Queen b6. I go where? Probably back to a1. So here Mr. Neil has got the 2 pawns, but they're not going anywhere. If I take with the pawn, doesn't need too much. Yeah, so knight to b4. I was thinking knight c5. Okay, so queen. Queen c4. Bishop takes, king takes. Yeah, but I'm just okay, huh? Bishop to d7, so I go here. And now, is there anything I can do? I would really like to get those sacrificial ideas into play again. Knight g3 and so on, but it's not easy. There's also potential to sacrifice on c5, but I don't know how to get that in motion. Probably I just don't get it in motion. But maybe I can anticipate his queen h8. There's some move that I can do. I don't really see a way forward. Okay, take this, and now rook here. It's not much to put it mildly. Yeah, knight comes to a4 or c4 potentially. No, I didn't do this. I didn't play this well. Queen to d6. So here knight e4 is the most normal looking move. This one probably. So queen h8 was played. Okay, so queen to b7. and knight here for knight d3. Yeah, that's not a good game here, that game against KM. Duke bishop goes for queen to e7, so I want to prevent rook c8. Let's do it. Queen to g7. So I'm going to go here. Oh, I didn't see that move coming. Knight d1. I should have seen that coming. Yeah, it looks extremely drawish. I can offer a draw here. I thought I had something with the bishop, but no, that doesn't really lead to anything. Yeah, hello to Zurich, Switzerland. Yeah, my score is kind of okay. I have lost one game, but the rest is okay. Yeah, here again, difficult for black to play. Knight to e5 or so. It would be funny to get in. Yeah, I think I can do this. So this is a really nice position. Queen c7 for the queen trade. I can put this here first. Knight is good on f3. Okay, so I have to tidy up a little bit. We already have finished quite a number of games, and I always like to close those down. So, how many games? I still have like 7 games left. So, rook e8 by Neshmedinov. I go to d2. Queen g7 by Ramnuzia. I play the knight to f3. And I mean, he's in that pin, so I don't think he can do much. Knight d3. So, this is not really a good ending. So, let's see, Indiana Fats went with bishop, knight to d7. So how do I play this kind of thing? This is something where you would really like to calculate a little bit. Queen e7. Queen e7 looks dangerous. Let's play it. Yeah, so this is funny. Yeah? Here and then bishop f5 will win stuff. I can also go to c3, but this is a tempo, so yeah, so this is the interesting spot. Yeah, knight to e5. Is this a move? Knight to e5, or is that... What is that? Is that Bohemian Rhapsody? Is it a move or is it just fantasy? Something like that. Knight e5. It's the kind of thing you want to play. I mean, it's really tempting. Yeah, okay, it's just a simul game. I mean, if he refutes it and wins, all the power to him. Okay, so yeah, so bishop f5. I'm winning some stuff. But am I winning the game? That's really not clear. I'm running out of pawns. Okay, bishop. That's a good move. He wants to come around to c4. Yeah, that is really, really, really not good, this game. Not a happy move, so okay, I'm taking this. Yeah, I'm running out of pawns is the problem. Bishop c8, I don't know. It's a self pin. Maybe actually rook e7 and then bishop c8. No, not happy here. So 95. This is the square that black has as some sort of compensation for all the others, the other weaknesses. Yeah. Secure this. And here I was thinking here rook takes. Rook takes, bishop takes, so that b7 is weak. So knight takes. Should do the trick. Queen e8 by Indiana Fat. So here, what to do? Queen to d6 is an annoying move, I think. Can also take and play rook a1 for rook a7. This is difficult to judge though. I want to keep the queen on. Yeah, the game against Trivial Pursuit ended in a draw. So we have 6 games going. And in most of them I have chances, but they're also, yeah, they're also unclear. Yeah, nothing too obvious. Yeah, Neshmedinov has played the king. So here it's a technical task. Yeah, the knight invading is extremely annoying. So I'm covering this, then h3, then knight e3. Okay, but wait. Rook b7 looks good. And bishop b7 for bishop d5. Yeah, if I get the bishop to d5, that should be okay. Yeah, it's still some work. Yeah, the toughest game is that game against Ramnusia, where I sacrificed. So he tries to... Is there some way to play for mate? Check. Yeah, I win most of the pawns, but I can take the a pawn here. Huh? This is very important. This one and bishop e6. Eyes can check me also. No, it cannot. Okay, bishop h6. Yeah, that bishop is not really not a great piece. I don't. Yeah, come on. It is better for me, this position. So bishop here. Yeah, this knight g5 is not an easy decision, because here, yeah, we had this game against Duke Bishop. Because, I mean, I allow him to take, but the position after bishop takes, h takes g5 is pretty bad for black. But it's still tough to allow him to take with the bishop. The bishop on the h6 bishop just sucks completely. And I could have played rook d1 or so, but yeah, I mean, if he takes on g5, h takes g5, it's really great. Really great. Bishop to e6. Wow. Wow. That's a funny move. If I take e7, pawn takes e6, then I can definitely not win. Yeah. And do I move the queen? Bishop d7, probably for repetition. Bishop f8. Somewhat, it's a bit of a strange move. But I don't really see anything great. Yeah, let's move. So bishop d7. A move that I probably should not play, but feel tempted to play, is queen to f6. Just yeah, I mean, it's probably not realistic to try to win. Queen c7 is a repetition. Yeah, this is the move I'm tempted to play. Extremely strange. I mean, his knight cannot really activate. Okay, let's try it. It's funny. Okay, so here there is no way. No. Okay. Give the check. Bishop, what was the move actually? Bishop there. Bishop e6. So h3. He wants to play some d5. Yeah, rook e1, rook g8 or so. I can do it. I mean, whatever. Yeah. Don't mind the ending. Yeah, so rook c8. I didn't really expect this move. Okay, so here I can check more immediately rook here. So knight back to f6 in this position, and rook g8 is coming. Queen to g7. Okay. Yeah, so here I can bring the king up or play e6. I mean, bring the king up is the easier move. King up. d5 by Nishmetdinov. So what to do? Knight to d4 would be good. Put it here. So what is he up to? Bishop e8. So king up. I don't know how much risk I'm taking in this game. I mean, I don't really think he can take on f6, and I have some ways to simply improve. So we'll see. I'm fairly optimistic. Queen to a7. So he tries some counter attack. It's understandable. So queen a1 is his idea, or queen a2. Queen a7. I have thought about bishop f5. I just don't think it works. I don't have a check, is the thing. Yeah, bishop takes f5. There's also like queen a1 or so. That's the problem. Queen a1. And he has a perpetual, probably, quite easily. If it's a perpetual, it's a perpetual. I cannot do much about it. Okay, knight b6 here. And queen b7 here by Duke Bishop. So, here, this one. Yeah, and he played queen a1, of course. So there is no way to... Yeah, probably have to do it. Okay, Neshmedinov has taken on c4. I will capture. Yeah. And here there's nothing good. Remarkably. Queen a6. Yep. And check, 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 check. Yeah, he has a perpetual here. Yeah, well defended. I mean, with the piece sacrifice, I tried. I tried hard, but it didn't ultimately work out. Strangely enough. Yeah, probably I played it badly when I was allowing too many files to be closed. The early position in the late opening, early middle game was really nice for me. But he somehow defended this. Okay, Queen C8 by Indiana Fats. So it's a purely tactical position the whole time when I'm not. I feel I'm not doing it right. The whole position looks strange for black, and I don't find anything really. What is the deal? Knight e4 maybe. Okay, king c3. Yeah, Ramnuzia took the draw. And Duke Bishop played Queen to b7. So okay, I'm getting out of this. So Rook g4. Take this. Black resigns. Okay. Took with the rook, resigned. That's nice. So b5 by Neshmedinov. So no reason to not take it, I guess. Okay, let's take it. c5 by KM. Yeah, that's not a good position. That's a that is not really not nice. Yeah, I was. What did I just play? King e3. I didn't pay enough attention to this. That looks pretty bad. Really bad. Wow. Yeah, he just threatens c4. Awful. Just awful. Yeah, so Neshmedinov has taken on c4. Pawn takes. Yeah, it's getting really late here. I hope I manage to convert those games where I'm better. Bishop f8. Yeah, I just have to reorganize this a little bit. Yeah, b2 is gone. Yeah, I just didn't do that right. So how do I continue there? Bishop g5 f6 is an idea. Queen f5 is somewhat. What? Queen takes e5. Where did I have queen takes e5? I don't see. Could have taken on e5 in that game. Maybe. Okay, so what's going on here? I don't know, I have to make a move. Okay, so that was taken by Cam, understandably. Still not so easy to win. Somewhat decent blockade still. So here I'm back. Going back. Queen d6, queen b7. Bishop f8, queen. Yeah, I could have taken e5. That would have been strong. That would have been strong. A bit weird. Okay. Try to win e5 then. Queen to d7. Yeah, okay, so he attacks my b5 pawn. Yeah, and I don't like to take. Yeah, but maybe. Oh, he returns this immediately. Take, king takes. Interesting. Yeah, we have 30-second increment. Takes, check, king c5. Oh, that's an annoying ending. Wow. I'm not entirely sure. It could be a draw. Bishop c4 takes, king c5. Nah. No, I'm not sure. Really not sure. Take c5, yeah, so taking this. Okay, so f5 and rook d1 or something. This ending is the easiest win of all the games probably. I still have to do it. And this isn't a win at all. I mean, I actually did not take this into account somehow. Yeah, I wasn't sure if the pawn ending is lost. It might be. Why didn't you take the knight and win a pawn? I don't even know what game you're referring to. What game? Where could I have taken a knight? Yeah, here. I don't know. This ending might be lost. I mean, I'm not completely sure. It must be a really that king and pawn ending is highly critical and probably just lost. Black has a huge space advantage and running out of moves, I think. Okay, so rook c4, or how do I do it here? Then b4. Nah, I really don't like this. I have spoiled this position. It was pretty okay, but this isn't good. Maybe f4. Maybe f4. So bishop d7 by Neshmedinov. Okay. Tempo. So I get the queens off. So let's do it. And rook takes a4. It is a pretty nice ending. Nowhere my move. Hard to believe. So rook e8. So I take it, rook takes, and knight. And that was helpful. Okay, rook to d6. Okay, looking for tactics. Based on the check. Takes, check. Bishop f8. Knight check. King f7. Knight g5. Check. Takes f6. Takes f8. King g7. And it holds. That's not fair. I can threaten it though. With knight g5, threaten to take on b4. Yeah, maybe try it. Okay, so here I was thinking knight g5 is a move, or knight f2 for knight d3. Just trying to play against c5. Nah, let's do this. Yeah, okay, so now I can take on b4, right? That should work. Check. Doesn't that should work, right? Check, check, bishop f8, knight f6, check, king g7. And then knight e8 check. It doesn't lead to much. I think I miscalculated this initially. Knight f6, king g7. I have nothing great, which is really a bit tough to believe, but okay. So, rook there. Wow. Okay, check and go back. If he takes it, I have some chances for a fortress. For a fortress. So Nishmedinov has resigned. And we have 3 games left. Rook a7 played. So how to do this? Knight c5, it takes e6. Yeah, b3 is somewhat weakish, but I still want to go to rook to c6. That would be really helpful. Yeah, that's... it doesn't look right. Okay, knight to b6. What is the deal with this move? To d5. Okay, I just prevent c4. Yeah, he wants to invade. Just wants to invade. Knight d4. Yeah, b3 hangs, but I just want to enter here. So b3 is going back. And now bishop a5. Okay, so now this one. Okay, so he's taken b3. I was just thinking I'd take a6 now. And then e6 is, take a6. But maybe taking this is better. Yeah, just take this pawn. So knight d5. If I go rook e1, he plays rook a8 probably. Rook b8 is also an idea. Yeah, still do it. Okay, check. Yeah, some long endings here. Long endings. So how many games? We still have 3 games. This one with Duke Bishop. Yeah, taking a look at this pawn. Yeah, I wanted to play rook e5 actually, but that doesn't really make an awful lot of sense. I think he offered me a draw. I don't see how I actually keep that pawn. Yeah, I'm okay here with the draw. I don't see how I keep the pawn. And I'm really tired, I have to say. It's been a really long day and a long simul already. So, this move, rook b5. Yeah. Just taking is not terrible, but in general he's happy to trade because he's so boxed in. So he has exchanged this one. Yeah, here I'm hoping for some kind of fortress. Yeah, rook d7. There are some ideas here to just attack the king also. But probably knight d6 is also an idea here. Yeah, so rook d2, or if I take it, knight takes, knight c5. Wins a pawn. No, I'm not taking a coffee. Then I cannot sleep the whole night. Absolutely no. Maybe just this. So bishop e6. And he wants to enter, so let's do this. Okay. Yeah, black cannot move all that much in this position. So what is he doing? Yeah, pushing this. Yeah, knight c5 threatens knight e6 stuff. Or rook c7. Yeah, the other game, it's not my move. And here Duke Bishop is running out of time slowly. So he's forced to do something. a3 I can just take. Probably overstretching my defenses here. Some h4 and then f5 is probably doing the trick. Yeah. What is this? What? All of a sudden some kind of blitz game started. Okay, so knight b5, I can check here. can check on e6, but that's not. Check on e6, king g8. Check on d8, king f7. I don't see a win. Oh, don't tell me I have to play the 2 knights ending here. That takes a million years. I don't see. I don't see anything better. That's a shame. Okay, play that friggin' ending. I mean, it's not fun for black, absolutely not, but that's the best position that he had for like 30 moves probably. Yeah, I think here h4 and then f5, something like that should do the trick. But I'm not 100% certain. Check. I don't want to think all night. I'm happy that I'm some time up against Duke Bishop. So at least he cannot think for ages. Yeah, probably just h4 as mentioned. So I'm trading this, yeah, and if he played h4. Yeah, this is a lot better for white and probably winning, but it takes a long time. You might want to play bishop e7. Yeah, again, I don't want to take a million years. Just be quick about it. Okay, so knight a7, this b4. So I probably... The thing is, if he goes f5, he's threatening to take and sacrifice, and then the h-pawn runs. This is the problem, one of the problems. Yep. That was the problem. Yes, let's say knight c6 takes on g4, f takes bishop, takes pawn, takes h3, knight e5, h2, and he's promoted. And he's promoting. And he always has b4 at the end, so yeah, it's probably just a loss. Okay, yeah, that didn't really help. I have to bring the king around. I need the king on e4 and then pressurize e5. He's gaining some time due to the increment. So king to e4 and then regroup it. I went for the setup with h4 g5. I mean, I knew that a potential bishop e1 is annoying, but also his pawn on g6 got vulnerable to my knight. That was one idea. So for example, if I get the king to e4 and then knight e5, that pawn is just lost. That was one idea. But still, maybe he's got just bishop b4 now, and it's not clear how I do anything. That's a real pain. B4, yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice breakthrough. Pawn takes their c3 check, and he will win. So I have to take with a knight, and then he takes on g4. That's so very nicely done by Cam. I played this very in a very uninspired way, this ending, and yeah, not good at all. I cannot believe I'm in this ending. It was so utterly winning, and now I'm struggling here. Yeah, so this is winning for black, so I can resign this safely. Very nice game by KM1883. And let's see if I can win against Duke Bishop. Still win, we have to say. Damn. Really disappointing play. Knight d5 and then f4 was the idea, but yeah, I could have taken e5 more than once. That probably would have helped quite a bit. Okay, so he still has to be precise and everything, but I think it's a draw. Maybe I can still try. Like f4 takes, and then knight to f3, and then do the whole thing all over again. I'm a bit surprised that he doesn't take immediately. But okay, I'm not threatening anything directly. Like bishop d6, for example, is a move. But normally just take. Yeah, it takes, knight takes, king f7. Huh? Knight d3. Yeah, there are some chances. Anyway, I'm taking a really short Okay, so he has actually played the bishop. So, okay. King f3 is kind of mandatory. So bishop there, but if I take here, and then king takes knight f4, what's the deal? Then I win g6. That's a bit weird. It's a bit strange. Am I not winning now? At least I don't see how he holds it. I mean, it felt really unnecessary. I could have just taken on f4. So he resigned. That's nice. Not continuing for ages. I'm really a bit tired. So the simul is over. What is the overall score? We have to check this. We only had 14 games this time, or no, 5. We had 14 games, and we had 2 winners, Dr. Bishop and KM1883, also 3 draws. I don't quite remember the draws, but they were hard-fought games. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the simul. It was tough, and that late night shift took a bit of a toll. I'm probably now falling asleep like in 5 minutes. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back shortly. On Monday I would have the regular show, and SimulMaster will also be back on in July. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.